river of snot. You may have noticed we've been very intermittent and all over the place with vlogs the last couple of days, mainly due to the fact that my parents have been away and they tend to look after the girls 2 days a week. So instead of that, we've had them in occasional care, which is basically 3 hours. It means I've got to cram 3 hours of everything of my day into those times that they're down. So yeah, it's been a take what you can get. It's also been Kira's sort of first experience with daycare, as you can. I'm guessing that's not that interesting to you. What is probably quite interesting to you, competition winners announced today. Have a little chat about cornering, or how not to corner. But first, oh God, Emma.
Limited time basically just means circle work. So Centennial Park, get in there, get it done. It's going to be doing 2 40-minute sessions today, but the little stitch up is these blasts every 10 minutes, so not to get too comfortable. Speaking of comfortable, had to ad lib a bit there. I'm actually picking the girls up at 10 to 1. Thought it was 10 to 2. So instead of doing the 2 40 minutes, I just did one session an hour and 20 minutes. So just compacted it all into one without the break. For me, mentally, probably a bit easier because I really struggle repeating efforts. Trained in the legs today, pretty good. The other thing that came in today, an undressing. Finally got them. So base layers are in, they'll be up on the website later in the week.
Competition. It's pretty good. Okay, competition time. Look, the crooked lid hashtag actually kind of took off there towards the end. We actually genuinely had to sit down and come up with some winners. I also found one extra hat, so we have, good work Chris, 6 winners and one overall winner. I haven't quite worked out how we're gonna do this. We'll try and give them something extra, but there is one overall winner. So we'll start out with, and we'll categorize them as we go. The first winner of a cap is going to be Mr. Rad Cycling. Mr. Rad Cycling. Now the reason he's won, obviously he's gone full commitment, but what I also particularly like is that he's managed to give us a number of options. So he's gone the full photo booth option. He's gone for multiple and you know, extras basically. Nero Racing cap headed your way. I haven't worked out how we do that yet. I assume, okay, so we'll contact you and get details and get them out to you. That's how that works. Okay, so our second winner, again going on this theory that they weren't quite confident enough that one photo or even one piece of headwear would be enough. So it's Mr. Yogi Ski has provided us with this lovely little addition. Now not only are we a crooked helmet, but I like how we've also provided a little bit of a crooked hat as well. Brings us on to our third winner, and what we particularly liked about this one is we're slightly scared by just the overall intensity of the lid or the stare. I'm not sure, but one way or another, the good news is you have a hat coming your way. So Mark Hollowell, there you go. Where's this? Probably it's in the UK. It's in Scotland, I think. There you go, that's where we're sending that one. What are we up to? Fourth winner. Fourth winner, put in the family category. And the reason we chose, well, quite a few people had their kids, photos of their kids in there. Particularly liked this one of Ed. This is an absolute cracker, quite simply because it's an adorable picture and it is something that we've all kind of seen in the past because helmets just never sit straight on kids' heads for some reason. So Ed, winner. Now the fifth winner, so we had a few podium shots, quite a few podium shots and a few action shots. really good. This was probably the most hotly contested category. Whilst this probably doesn't fit right into the category perfectly as podium photo, what I did particularly like about this one is that on winning the event, his initial thought was, right, I'm gonna take a selfie, look stupid. Matthew, on winning the 20K time trial club championship at your club, the fact that you've then just produced that absolutely horrific photo and posted it on social media is enough for us to say, well done, I'm gonna get a hat going to you. Now finally, an overall winner. It was a unanimous overall winner, and we received this one quite early on. Set the standard very early on. There's just so much going wrong / right in this photo that I'm gonna hand over to Angus, and Angus, deliver the result, please.
And the winner of Nero's hashtag Crooked Lid by unanimous vote is Hugh Phillips, MTB.
So there it is, there's the winning picture. I haven't quite worked out what little extra bit will get your way. Very well deserved, Hugh. And we'll get something headed your direction. All right, look, there's gonna be a few more of these kind of bits and pieces. Getting people looking stupid on social media, it can only be a good thing, right? Okay. Something's bugging me about this. Okay, so here's the thing. Yeah, this is bugging me a bit. It's all good and well that I've got this footage of the cornering. At the end of the day, you don't want advice on how to corner it by a guy who goes around the corner like this. So, Danny!
Alrighty, so since Chris's cornering skills on the weekend were absolutely abysmal, he's asked me to have a look at the video, sort of tell him where he went wrong, because we all like to laugh at Chris. So I'm going to go and do the old vlog style, talk to myself at a cafe. Couldn't do it in the cafe. Not at that level of vlog pro yet. Okay, cool. So to give you guys some idea of what was actually going on in the race before all of this sort of went down, Jesse Coyle from Strava and Michael Potter from Ultra Racing were up the road. So they're definitely two guys you want to kind of stick on the back of coming through corners like that. If we watch the video here, you'll see that that's not quite what Chris managed to do. Okay, so as you can see here, Chris has let the wheel go before they've even got to the corner. And Michael just smashes it straight through the corner. So if you watch this, Chris lets the wheel go here. Michael takes a tighter line than Jesse, comes through, and watch where Michael starts pedaling. Just here, and he's already sprinting out of the corner as he comes through. And Jesse's straight on his wheel, and it's just too much for Chris. So if you see here from Jesse, you can see that even Jesse, who's come into the corner before Chris, has had a hard time sort of catching up. It's those really hard accelerations out of these super sharp corners that make this course quite tough. But as we saw before, Jesse managed to get across and Chris not quite. Kind of a few of the major mistakes that Chris made. The first one was dropping the wheel before he even got to the corner. So already he was going to have some time to make up as he came out of the corner. The line Chris took wasn't actually that bad. He kind of followed Jesse's wheel, I guess, or Jesse's line through the corner. I guess for Chris, what he'll have to work on from all of that is actually hitting those corners a little bit quicker, trusting that his tyres will grip through the corner, and really being ready to get on the gas straight away. These guys are getting back up to 45, 50k an hour within a few seconds. It's something you can waste a lot of energy chasing back on if every time through those corners you're just losing that little bit of speed. So what we might do in future is we might do a little bit of a vlog on cornering skills and descending and that sort of thing. Certainly something Chris needs to work on. I know it's something a lot of us can work on, so we'll see you next week.
Thanks for that, Danny. Probably a little... These guys are really taxing at the moment.
Ask me time and time again, and I'm sick of being ignored.
We'll get in touch with everyone about the hats and see you later this week.